too small.
Well, where do you suppose they're running to?
There's a ship, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you see the same.
Welcome to Cusco, the historical capital of Inca civilization. And we're here in Peru to hike the 40-plus mile Salkantay Pass trail up to Machu Picchu. However, first, we're going to take a couple of days to explore this lively and beautiful high-altitude city. On full display is the unique blend of Inca precision stone cutting and cobblestone streets integrated into the Renaissance and Baroque architecture that the Spanish introduced during the 16th and 17th centuries. The Cusco Basilica was built upon the exact site of an old medieval Inca palace. And where we're at right now is Plaza de Armas. It's the main square in the city of Cusco, and it's really a bustling hub of activity of many, many things. If you're familiar with the ubiquitous Christ the Redeemer sculpture in Brazil, well, Cusco has its own little replica on top of that plateau in the distance. Cristo Blanco, or White Christ. So this is a really, really large city square. But in the peak years of the Inca Empire, it was even bigger. And when the Spanish arrived, this is the place where they showcased the New World religion of Catholicism to the indigenous folks who had never seen anything like that before. And when they felt they needed to, this is the place where they showed their might. In the latter half of the 18th century, Tupac Amaru II led the last Inca rebellion. Well, unfortunately for him and his family, he was tortured and executed right here. And sadly, he was forced to watch his family suffer the same fate for him. Aside from a few monuments here and there, that violent history is no longer evident in present day. It's lined with retail establishments, restaurants, shopping, hotels, and tour offices. And we're pressed for time. We've got to get to the office of these guys for our orientation to hike to Machu Picchu. But we're lost. These walls are made with stones that are about 500 years old. There's no mortar binding these stones. They fit perfectly together, and this was due to some labor-intensive precision stone cutting by Inca builders. Well, I like it in here because it's about 15 degrees cooler. If I was the king, that would be my throne. Permanent air conditioning.
Where are you from?
United States, Colorado.
Puerto Rico? Yes. She's Canela and the other is Mora. Her name is
Mora?
Mora, yeah. Those are the more friendlies in this group. Canela and Mora. Very friendly. Oh. Canela is very good.
Waka waka! Waka waka!
After a good night's sleep, we wake up very early to begin what our main purpose of this trip was in the first place, our trek to Machu Picchu. After a 2-hour bus ride, we'll start our journey in the village of Mulipata. And for the next 5 days and 4 nights, we'll walk over the steep slopes of the Andes and through the lush and fertile Sacred Valley. Our destination? Well, we'll conclude the hike at Aguas Calientes. That's the closest village to Machu Picchu, which is our ultimate destination.
That is that's in that place continue this custom every June. I think I don't remember what. I think it's in June. The poor communities organize to change the every year that bridge. Yeah, with this.
Wow, very nice.
This is straw. Yeah. And interesting.
Okay, that's why earlier civilization than Incas, you know, we can talk 5,000, 8,000 before Christ in South America, they use these mountains to acclimatize potatoes, to acclimatize these little plants too. That's why we have around South America more than 80 varieties of these lupinus, yeah, 80. Just some are edible because those were moved to the lower areas and those began to be edible. In our
We're about to come up on some trail restoration that was caused by a recent landslide. And seeing this gives us a glimpse of what's in store for us over the course of our journey. Lake Humantay is a stunning glacial lake. It sits just under 14,000 feet in elevation and is legendary for its turquoise water and really just the scenery up there. It's a bit of a hike to get there. It's a bit steep, but it is well worth it. After Lake Humantay, it was time to head to our first camp, Soripampa Sky Camp. Now, we were pretty beat, and we were ready for a good night's rest because tomorrow is going to be the most challenging stretch of the Salkantay Pass trail. Salkantay Pass sits at an elevation of 15,255 feet, so altitude sickness is a real concern. This is the only portion of our journey that we will be above tree line. Now the descent is a much different landscape entirely. We'll head through some really rocky terrain at first before eventually dropping into the jungle. It made you angry? The music that you've been hearing on the soundtrack may sound a bit familiar to you. It's El Condor Pasa. I thought it was just a Simon and Garfunkel tune, but after hearing it played by 50 different musicians on their pan flute, I Googled it. And well, it's a Peruvian folk song that was written in 1913, and it's actually considered Peru's second national anthem. This is an ambulance. 6 years ago. Eder, why are these rocks red? Hmm? Yeah, there's just iron trail out, but we've been in the jungle a long time. Smile. Well, we finally made it to camp around 7 p.m., and everyone was exhausted. Thankfully, though, our guide Eder saw how tired we were, and he said that we could sleep in an additional hour in the morning. And man, I was really looking forward to that. Okay, we didn't get to sleep in at all, but it was for a very good reason. Eder explained to the group that it had rained all night, which we had already known about, but there was also a pretty big avalanche on Salkantay overnight as well, and that was wreaking havoc with the nearby rivers and streams. So, evidently, there were a lot of mud and rock slides along the trail. So we had to hit the trail quickly because conditions were deteriorating. Fine by me, so let's roll. So if I can get an email or something, or one of your WhatsApp numbers, I'll send it to you. Download it. Is that it? It's about the 14th landslide that we've seen today, among the smaller ones. Good job. Your feet are much drier than mine. Good job. Uh-oh. Oh, keep going. Not out of the danger zone. Watch out. No.
No worry.
Okay, he's gonna have us run across here one at a time. Just run as fast as you can. Don't look up, and whatever you do, don't stop till you get to the other side. What was meant to be a rather ho-hum, non-eventful, pretty easy day of hiking turned out to be a thrilling, albeit hazardous adventure. Thankful everyone in our group was safe. Now let's get to camp and then soak these old and sore bones in the hot springs. The campsites just get better and better. Day 1 was good. Day 2 was better. And day 3, even better. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect. I knew the campsites were going to. In my professional opinion.
That's the biggest one yet.
Holy shit.
We've got 2 more days before we reach Machu Picchu, but I'm not sure if it can get any better than what we've experienced so far.
Be careful with your phone from the water.